Hi guys, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about two things. Okay, one of them is a new Schecter model that has come out in 2022 that I want to show you guys and I'm hoping to get on the channel. And the other thing is a new band that I found totally by accident. First of all, let's talk about the band. So I was browsing the internet the other day and an ESP video came up in my feed and I clicked on it. No idea why whatsoever. I just clicked on it for the sake of it. I was eating my breakfast actually. And this guy came on called Samy Elbanna. I don't know if that's pronounced correctly, sorry if it's not. He's a member of a Finnish metal band called Lost Society. Now, I heard this guy play and he was a fantastic guitarist, total shredder, you know, amazing skills on the guitar, but he had a lot of flair too to his playing and a lot of style. So what I mean by that is I like shredding guitarists, but they have to also have some flair and some feel and some groove to their playing. They can't just be all out shred, because quite often when you hear a guitarist playing and it's just all out total shred, that when you go and listen to the guy's band, you have a guy just screaming his head off, can't tell what he's saying basically, and you have all this aimless shred that's just forced into the song that doesn't belong there, and it's just basically a load of kind of showing off. And I like songwriting, so I don't know what made me do it, but I thought I'm going to check out this guy's band, and it came up on the screen that this guy's a member, Sammy's a member of this band called Lost Society, which to me sounded like kind of more of a rock, you know, post-punk kind of rock outfit than a metal outfit. But anyway, I was open-minded like I always am, and I clicked on it and I was expecting, you know, to hear, like I say, a load of shredding, aimless screaming, not very much songwriting, just quite a lot of showing off on guitar. And the album that I actually listened to was called No Absolution. It's got a red cover, it looks great. The first song is amazing, but it doesn't ease off after then. Every song is brilliant, it's written brilliant, but what's more important to me is that it's not just aimless shred on guitar, it's got groove, every song's got groove, it's composed really well, and the singing, because singing on an album that has singing on, that's not an instrumental, to me is really important that I like the vocalist. I can't just listen to music like some guys do and ignore the terrible vocals, so the vocalist needed to be good, and I was really impressed with the vocalist on this album. He's absolutely brilliant, great range, good feel, good groove in his vocals, really powerful voice when it needed to be powerful, you know, lots of dynamics, great songwriting, like I say, not just the guitar parts and the music itself sounded great, but also the vocals as well, and it just sounds great. The whole album is great and I love it, and I've listened to it now about 4 times. I'm gonna visit their older albums. I don't know whether their older albums will be as good as this one or whether this is like the gem, but it's a fantastic album, No Absolution by Lost Society. Check it out, please go listen to it. It is absolutely fantastic. It's groove metal, it's what I call groove metal. You know, it's heavily Pantera, Southern American influence, but fantastic playing on there, you know. But what I've just found out, and the reason I've made this video, is that Samy, good old Samy Elbanna, is actually not only the guitar player, but he actually does all the vocals as well, which is even more crazy because that means that his skills are just even more unbelievable. So go check them out, Lost Society, No Absolution, that is the album. Absolutely fantastic band, one of my new favourite bands, and I've listened to them a few times in the gym now while I'm training, and I can't wait to listen to their other albums, see what they're like. So let's move on. Schecter have released a new guitar in 2022. Now they have a range called the Elite range, and they have this range called Evil Twin in there, and they're basically all satin black guitars. For those of you that don't know, I absolutely love Schecter guitars, and I have done for quite a while now. I recorded with one a long time ago because I had a Jackson that was a Schecter Solo-II. It was really tight, you know, it had EMGs, really tight upper mid, sounded great for all the articulate stuff, but I wanted to blend something in that was a fatter tone, and I ended up actually borrowing a Schecter from the studio, and I used that, and it had a completely different tone through the same amp. We used the same amp, same cabs, 2 different guitars, one a Schecter, one a Jackson, and I absolutely loved playing that Schecter. I think it was a C1 Blackjack Diamond series or something like that. So I've had a love for Schecter for quite a long time, and when Schecter came along, first of all into the UK, when we first started seeing them, they were one of the first guitar brands to really make the most of satin black finishes. They had gloss black, they had white, and they had satin black, and that was just about it for the first year over here. And then they brought out some reds and other colours as well, but for me, Schecter were the first guitar brand to really push the satin black evil looking guitars out there. The Evil Twin little model range is absolutely fantastic. They all look great to me, but the new one that I am interested in is actually the Solo-II Evil Twin, and it looks absolutely fantastic. First of all, I just want to let you know what specs this guitar has, because this is when I first saw this, I thought that really appealed to me. I love the Solo-IIs anyway, they play great. It's a 24.75 inch, which suits me. I've got small hands and I actually play quicker and easier on a 24.75 inch, but because I'm used to 24 frets, and when I visualize all the scales and patterns that I use, I visualize them on a 24 fret guitar. I like to have 24 frets in a 24.75 inch scale length, so it's quite a big ask. There's not many guitars that have a 24.75 inch scale length and also have 24 frets crammed in, so that's unique in itself in a way. Roman numeral inlays all the way up and down the fretboard. I remember when Schecter had the bat inlays, I don't know if they still do the bat inlays, kind of like the PRS birds but bats instead, and that was a really cool idea, quite like that. But yeah, the Roman numerals look cool on there. We also have Fishman modern pickups in there, Fluence active modern pickups in there. Absolutely love those pickups, especially for recording. Very clear, very articulate, especially when you're chugging, you know, the tight mids poke through the mix, harmonics jump out and pop out. So that's another big tick for me. I've always wanted a guitar with those pickups in. I've wanted a guitar that was 24.75 inch scale with 24 frets. It's got those. I've also been searching for a guitar for a while with stainless steel frets. I've not actually got a guitar with stainless steel frets, and I wanted in 2022 for that to be the year that I actually went out and got a guitar with stainless steel frets. This guitar also has stainless steel frets, which is amazing. That's another massive spec that they've crammed on there. Now for me, all the magic with this guitar that I've just told you about is all visible from the front. You can see it on the spec sheet from the front, but it's when you flip the guitar over that the magic happens for me. So the back of the guitar is absolutely stunning and beautiful. I like satin finishes on guitars around the front and the back. It has both those on the specs. It has locking tuners, which I think are a must and should be on all guitars now, whether you've got a Floyd or not. They seem to only appear on guitars without Floyds, but I think locking tuners, you know, just make life easier when you're changing strings. That's another spec to tick, you know, another box there. Also, the guitar is made in Korea. Massive fan of the Korean factory and where the guitars come from. I think the QC in Korea is brilliant, and I've never played a Korean guitar that hasn't played well, hasn't sounded well, hasn't felt like good quality. So with all these specs thrown in there, take a look at the back of the guitar on the screen and you will see that there's all bevels and cutaways around the back to make the guitar more comfortable to play, and up high there you can see there's a massive reach, and also it looks absolutely beautiful with the different woods there on the back. And yeah, absolutely love that guitar. I just wanted to make you guys aware of it because I think it's worth seeing. I think the spec and what you get is also really high and a real good plus point there. So hopefully, all being well, fingers crossed, when this guitar is released, I will be getting one on the channel. I'll be able to demo it for you guys, and I'm probably going to end up keeping that guitar too because I've got a feeling that I'm going to get on really well with it. I've not got a single cut in my collection, and that was another aim for 2022. One of my aims was a 7-string, the other aim was stainless steel frets, and then also a single cut would have been nice. This ticks 2 of those boxes all in one guitar, so that's very cool. If I could change one thing about the guitar, it probably would just to have a Floyd Rose on there, but that's not a biggie for me. I've got plenty of other guitars with Floyd Roses on. So yeah, let me know what you think of this absolutely beautiful guitar down there in the comments below. Let me know what guitars you play if you're a fan of Schecter guitars. A lot of people talk about the custom model that's very Les Paul, and there's actually a video out there online on YouTube with a guy saying this is the guitar that another famous American brand that makes single cuts should have made but can't make. You know, that's also a Korean, made in Korea guitar, and it's a Solo-II custom. So let me know what you think. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you all soon.